What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the Mighty B Show. I am your host, AJ. Today, we got some big news. All right, so today I want to focus on what just happened last night, MCU related, Marvel related, San Diego Comic-Con related. We had some big mic drops. Yeah. A lot of stuff went down. All right. So my initial thoughts was, this is kind of underwhelming. It was a little underwhelming. They said they were going to focus on 3 movies. I wasn't a big fan of that. I was just like, come on, guys. We need a full Phase 6 slate here. We need a full Phase 6 slate. I thought we were going to get all of that, but I guess we didn't. But we did not get all of that. What we got at the end was pretty wild, and it's pretty polarizing online. I love every bit of it, and we'll get right into it. We'll go over Deadpool and Wolverine just briefly. Spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it. I'll get into some brief spoilers because it's been out for a few days now. Come on, Marvel fans. You know spoilers are everywhere. But first, let's start off with the big news that we heard. The big news we heard from last night, which was Doctor Doom casting. We got a huge casting for Doctor Doom last night. Not my top choice, but it grew on me immediately. I love every second of it. I think it is genius. Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU, but he is not Tony Stark. He is not Iron Man. No, he is Victor Von Doom. It's pretty crazy. I think it's wild. We get the biggest hero of the MCU. We get the biggest hero of the MCU. Now he's going to be the biggest villain. If you guys know me, Doctor Doom, right there, my all-time favorite hero. I got Joker, Doctor Doom. I am such a huge Doctor Doom fan. I can't wait. We just got the announcement of Kang out of the way. Enter Doctor Doom. Avengers Doomsday coming May 2026. Avengers Secret Wars May 2027. A lot of stuff to unpack here. It is insane. It's crazy. It's insane. The pop RDJ got was nuts. Look, it said chills down my spine. What they did with that reveal was amazing.
That is good. Enjoy your mana.
The Russo brothers coming back up. We got the Russo brothers. Another announcement. They are back for the next 2 Avengers films. It's insane. We got the Fantastic Four. We got a first look of the cast. They're starting filming this Tuesday, I believe they said. Yeah, this Tuesday. But they showed us a little teaser. We saw Galactus. He is massive. The Fantastic car looks beautiful. The retro alternate reality 60s New York City. That's going to be a great movie. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But right now I just want to focus on Robert Downey Jr. and the reactions online. It's polarizing. It's crazy. People don't like it. People are eating it up. I'm going to dig deeper onto why I think it is genius. That is because Marvel, as we all know, has been major hit or miss in the last few years. I like a good number of the last projects in the last few years. I don't like a number of projects in the last few years, and I can speak for the majority that it's been a mess. The multiverse saga is a mess. It is messy. We have some good moments here. Deadpool, Wolverine, phenomenal. I will touch up on that in a minute. But I think announcing Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom is going to just be the cherry on top for the multiverse saga. Let's just get these 2 films off the way. Let's move on to the mutant saga, but these 2 films are going to be phenomenal. Robert Downey Jr. is a phenomenal actor. People are complaining that it's going to be too similar to Iron Man. Is it an evil Tony Stark? I think we're going to have Victor Von Doom, and I think we're gonna get a Victor Von Doom from the Fantastic Four universe. I think he may make a cameo in that film, and then somehow, all right, here's my predictions for Fantastic Four. the way Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, or even Silver Surfer get to the main 616 timeline is going to be, I think Galactus has to win in that film. I think he's going to devour their planet, and somehow they escape. They're unsuccessful. They try to save as much people as they can, but they're in space. Their planet gets destroyed. I think the TVA brings them in. A Fantastic Four end credit teases RDJ's Doctor Doom heading to the 616 timeline, learning about the multiverse, and he's ready to conquer the multiverse. I think it'll be great. I honestly think they should put a little accent on Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, just differentiate him from Tony Stark. Give him the facial scars eventually. Just make him different. But I think that's a great casting. It's not my top choice, but I like it. I really do like it, and it's making a lot of people mad, and it's making me like it even more. Not gonna lie, it's amazing. But yeah, it's gonna be big. It's big. Now moving into Avengers 5 topic, I want to talk about the lineup. Like, what are we gonna get in Avengers 5? Will that be full on multiverse film? Or will that focus on the core Avengers that we'll get post Brave New World and Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four team and maybe Deadpool and Wolverine? And then towards the end of Avengers 5, we'll get a tease of the multiversal team. I don't know, but I think Avengers 5 should focus on, like we got kind of confirmed last night, is the Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, and the core Avengers lineup that will be brought to us post Brave New World. Yeah, I think we should definitely focus on that. I think we'll get a tease of the multiversal team in Avengers 5 Doomsday towards the end. Maybe an incursion happens, or a tease of an incursion, and then that leads to Doctor Strange 3, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, focus on that, and then give us the multiversal team afterwards. Phase 6 slate, let's talk about that. I think people are not going to like this. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to cancel, shelve, delay, postpone a lot of projects that have been rumored, announced, and we're going to have to get rid of them. I'm sorry. I think Marvel has been a mess the last few years. You got to make way for the new stuff that just got announced, and head into the right direction, and kind of just make sacrifices, and stuff that you already announced, you gotta cancel it. I'm sorry, like Thor 5. I want to see Thor get his final arc, but I think we can get that in Avengers Secret Wars or Avengers Doomsday. Pair him with Deadpool and Wolverine. Give him an arc there. We're gonna have to get rid of Thor 5 right now. There's no room in the next 3 years for that. Shang-Chi 2 can hold off. I don't want to see that canceled, but he'll hopefully have a prominent role in Doomsday. That has to get out of the way for now. Black Panther 3, Armor Wars, like there's no room for them right now. And as much as it hurts me to say I want to see an MCU field canceled or MCU project canceled, they have to get out of the way right now. There's too much at stake for Marvel to be clustered and to be messy. Like, they need to go back to form, which they kind of seem like they did this week with Deadpool and Wolverine, and the announcement of Doomsday and Doctor Doom and Robert Downey Jr. and Fantastic Four looking great. I think we need to focus on those things. But the biggest things I want to see from Phase 6 right now, you have to include Spider-Man 4. I don't know if that'll be officially part of the Phase 6 slate, but Spider-Man 4 has to be there. Blade, it's not coming out next year. Fingers crossed we get Blade, but first thing 2026 before Doomsday, bring out Blade. And a Doctor Strange 3 in between maybe Doomsday and Secret Wars somehow. You got to give us a Doctor Strange 3. I think that's a necessity to the multiversal saga. Going back to Secret Wars, and I want to talk about the core OG Avengers team. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, Chris Evans returns as the Human Torch, which was amazing. He had a loud mouth. We found out what he did in the end credits, and it was hilarious. But I don't think he should come back as Captain America, just like how RDJ is not coming back as Iron Man. Bring Chris Evans back in as Captain Hydra. Bring him back in. Maestro would be cool, but I think we should focus on RDJ and Chris Evans coming back. Not as Tony, not as Steve, but as Doctor Doom and Captain Hydra in Secret Wars. That would be amazing. Spider-Man 4 should also be in between Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. I don't think we should see Spidey in Doomsday until Secret Wars, because Spidey needs a full film, a full arc after No Way Home in his own film before we see him in Avengers, in an Avengers film. I do want to see him interact with Tony or RDJ's Doctor Doom, but But yeah, I think we should get a Spidey film first before we have him back in Avengers. There's so many highs for Marvel right now. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, MCU week in a long time. And this is a great casting. He will nail the role. He will nail it. People are complaining that, yeah, it's Tony Stark, but it's the multiverse saga. It's a huge twist. People want the multiverse saga to be over. Ended up in a big, friggin' crazy way. And that this is the biggest, craziest way we can get the multiverse saga to end with Robert Downey Jr. is now the biggest villain in the saga in the MCU instead of being the biggest hero. Deadpool and Wolverine, hopefully we get a lot more of them. Hopefully in the next 2 Avengers films, but let's talk about that movie quickly because that was a 10 out of 10 Mighty Bees for you. 10 out of 10 Mighty Bees. If you're rating that anything lower than an 8, you are not a comic book fan. I'm sorry. I'm being serious though. If you rate that anything lower than 8, you're saying it has a weak plot, but Deadpool 1 and 2 had a weak plot, and we ate both of those movies up. This film was fantastic. I jumped out of my seat several times. I loved it. It reminded me of an actual comic book page ripped off of the book and put right on the screen. I loved it. It gave me Ultimate Alliance vibes with that team up at the end. Spoilers, Blade, Gambit, Elektra, Laura, like Wolverine, Deadpool. Like that team was just crazy. Like that team was insane. I loved every second of it. It was hilarious. The violence was great for a Disney film. It was just eye-popping and jaw-dropping the whole ride. The runtime felt great. I liked the action. The story was decent. It was fair, but like the movie was just altogether phenomenal. And if you're saying it's not, like, you're just trying to be different. Sorry, it was great. Yeah, moving on to the ending of Secret Wars. I think the Earth that causes an incursion with the 616 timeline should be the new Avengers rebooted Earth. Give us a younger Tony, a younger Steve, a younger Thor, a younger Hulk. Throw Wasp finally in the Avengers team. Give us a new Avengers team that will carry on to the mutant saga. Let them be teased maybe towards the middle end of Secret Wars or something. I don't know. Maybe Miles is from that planet, that Earth. Give us something that can lead into what I think should be the biggest focus of the mutant saga. The first phase of the mutant saga is Avengers versus X-Men. I want to see that happen. I also want to see what's been discussed this week is Wolverine versus Hulk. Give us a rebooted Wolverine, a rebooted Hulk. Henry Cavill should be Wolverine. If you're saying different, if you're saying otherwise, go watch Deadpool and Wolverine. He nailed the 30 seconds they gave him. He was treated a lot fairly on this street than he was across the street a few years ago. And just give it to him. Man deserves it. He will nail that role. Before, I wasn't really on the fence of him being my MCU Wolverine, but I always wanted Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son, to be Wolverine for the last 10 years, but I'm all aboard with the Henry Cavill Wolverine decision. I think that was the tease of what's to come in the future for Wolverine in the MCU is Henry Cavill. But yeah, give us a new Hulk, Wolverine, Mutant Saga. My phone died like 2 times filming this. I had so many things going on at once. It's a big week for Marvel right now. A lot of things are going on at once where all our heads are spinning. We should be focusing on the positives because we're getting a lot of positives right now. We're moving into the right direction. We shouldn't be nitpicking a casting that will be nailed. We should be nitpicking a casting that will be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be a great role for RDJ. He's going to blow your minds. We shouldn't be nitpicking Deadpool and Wolverine because that was just top tier entertainment and just nostalgic. Pulled on your heartstrings. Like, we got Wolverine back. It was not a bad film. I don't know why people are complaining about that. But yeah, let me know what you think. We touched upon Doom casting, Avengers 5. The lineup should be the core Avengers team that we get post Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and the Fantastic Four. Speaking of the Fantastic Four, it's giving me vibes of Guardians of the Galaxy between 2017 and 2019, where they're just white hot when they had prominent roles in Infinity War and Endgame and coming off of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's how the Fantastic Four are kind of going to be, right? Like, they're going to have big implications at the end of Fantastic Four. They're going to play huge roles into Doomsday and Secret Wars. They are just synonymous with Doom and Secret Wars. In both iterations of Secret Wars, like, we get Doom, and people are upset Kang's not here anymore, but they closed that book pretty well in Loki. They left it open, but they ended it pretty well, and I'm happier as a Doctor Doom fan. I'm happier we're getting Doom. It's sad to see Kang go that way, but let's move on. Let's just refresh our minds from post Endgame and just look forward to the next 3 years, because it's going to be huge. Let me know what you think. A lot of shit going on, and I love every second of it. Yeah, I'm ready. You all should be ready. Excited, especially for these 3 characters right here. Doom being Doctor Doom, of course. But I'm ready. I'm ready for all of it. Mighty be out. Subscribe, like, comment, give me all of that. I'm gonna try to be more consistent in the future for you guys. I'm trying to be one of those guys that we all like to listen to online. Let me know what you think. Give me your predictions, thoughts, everything. Let me know. See ya.